So what's up, guys? So a lot of people was asking me, it's like, because for those who don't know, guys, my name is Brandon Stringer. I run FX Social. We offer a lot of different services like I offer free signals and paid signals. I offer education, free and paid. I offer different tools like trade managing tools and automation tools, indicators. I offer a lot of really cool stuff. I just created a company that I want. You know, what they say. If they can't get it done, you got to get it done yourself. So that's what I did. And I have a lot of customers that really enjoy my products. I'm always trying to improve it. But I always get this question, when people are interested in FX Social, and they always ask me, like, well, Brandon, I'm tired of joining signal groups and I'm losing money more than making money. But, I win a lot. They win a lot, and one trade loses all my money. So I'm here to just answer some of those questions that might help you in any signal group that you're in. Not all, because not all signal groups are the same. And there are different types of signal groups. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss what you can do to profit in the signal group that you're in, or if you're in my signal group that's free or paid, how you can profit in those also. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the different types of signal groups. So there are at least two types that I know. One type is where they give you the entry, the stop loss, the take profit for 1, the take profit for 2, the take profit for 3. Or some of them might only have take profit for 1, some of them might only have take profit 1, 2, or whatever, right? Then there's the other type of group where they give you more of an educational style. So they're letting you know ahead of time, hey, these are the charts we're looking at, we're marking charts up. This is what's happening. This is why it's happening. These are levels looking at. If it does this should happen off the reaction. And so my opinion on both is I like the simplicity behind when they just give you stop loss, take profit, entry, because for the average person, they can follow that, right? But also for those who really want to really change their life, I like when signal providers educate you, because if you pay attention to how they're trading and they're profitable traders and they're telling you why things are happening, you're literally learning as you're taking trades. So I always tell people with those type of groups, if they're profitable, pay attention, understand their way of thinking and how they trade. Now that being said, no matter how good the trader is or how profitable signals is, if you don't understand proper risk management, which I know is a boring thing to people, you're never going to be successful in any type of trading yourself, copying trades or whatever, right? So there's two ways I look at risk management. First, I look at risk to reward, and then I look at risk equity or risk level. So I'll give you an example. Risk to reward. If you're trading, typically I always tell people 1-to-1, 1-to-2, 1 or 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1, 6-to-1 are good. But you don't want to be risking, for example, you don't want to aim for 10 pips and you're risking 100 pips to do it. That's very silly. And yes, it's easy to win that way till you lose. So that's one thing I always tell people. Another thing is, you want to have good risk to reward, as much as possible. You can't be perfect all the time because market conditions change, but you want to have great risk to reward. I think the best type of traders are the ones who can aim for, 3-to-1 at least, right? Meaning, for example, they are going for 30 pips, but they're risking 10. Now, no matter how good a trader does with risk to reward ratio, you could still lose your money. So I'll give you an example. Let's say they're aiming for 30, 80, 100 pips all the time, right? Sometimes their stop loss is 20 pips. Sometimes their stop loss is 100 pips. So that's still 1-to-1, right? Sometimes their stop loss is 50 pips, right? Their stop loss always changes based off market conditions. So where most people fail is they're taught that, hey, every $1,000 or every $1,000, for example, you should do a 0.10 per thousand. So let's say you have $1,000 in your account, you do at 0.10. And let's say you take a trade and it's a 30 pip stop loss and it hits 30 pips. You lost that trade, right? Now, let's say that you do a 0.10, so you lost $30. And let's say you take another trade and it goes for 30 pips and you win the trade, and then you broke even. And let's say that you win another trade and you do 30 pips or 20 pips, right? Or 10 pips, whatever, and you win that trade. And you keep winning the trades, but then there'll be that one trade you take and it has a 100 pip stop loss, for example. And so let's say you made $80 and one trade you lost, you are now negative $20, right? Off of just one trade. And that's very discouraging because it makes you think, like, what's the point? If I can win and the one time I lose all the money, right? So the reason is it's not the provider's fault. It's totally your fault. And I'm gonna tell you why. So basically, guys, what you're supposed to do, just like anything, guys, if you're risking, you're always gonna risk the same amount of money. So for example, if I take this person trade, no matter what, I'm always gonna risk 1 to 3%. And I think that goes over a lot of people's heads. So I'll give you an example. If he has a 100 pip stop loss, and I want to risk 2% of my $1,000 account, I'm still going to lose $20. If he has a 10 pip stop loss, I'm still going to lose $20. Why is that? Because I don't base my lot size based off of my balance. I base it based off of what I want to risk, and what's my stop loss. So, for example, and my balance. So it's those three things at one time. So for example, what's a good way to do this? Okay, for example, if I have a 10 pip stop loss, right, $1,000 account, and I want to risk 3%, that means $30, right? Now, let's say for example, with that risk, that means that I only can lose $30. So let's bring our calculator out, right? I have a 10 pip stop loss. That means that I can do a 0.30, so $3 a pip, and if it goes 10 pips in the wrong direction, I lost $30. But let's say he costs another trade, right? And I only want to lose $30, but this trade has a 30 pip stop loss. Now, if I do a 0.30 again, $3 a pip, 3 times 30, I've lost $90 instead of that $30 I want to lose with that 3% risk. Now you see where the inconsistency can lie, right? So what do? If I want to still lose $30 only on this trade, instead of me doing a 0.30, what do? How can I still lose $30? I have to lower my lot size. So instead of 0.30, I have to do a 0.10. So when it goes 30 pips the wrong direction, I lose $30. Now let's say I have a 60 pip stop loss. Now, in order for me to lose my $30 still, I need to do a 0.05. So then you're thinking, okay, well, Brian, that makes a lot of sense now, right? It's like, okay, well, I get it. Like, I gotta stop listening to these weirdos that tell me I'm not supposed to do my lot size is based off of my balance. No, your lot size is based off your stop loss, your current equity, or your balance, and your and what you want to risk. So if you want to risk 1%, then that's what you need to be consistently risking. If you want to risk 3%, and you want to be consistent with what you want to risk. So if you always risking 3%, go for it. You always risking 2%, go for it. Don't be doing 1%, then 2%, then 1%, then 3%, then 1%, then 2%. So be consistent with your risk. And then you're always going to lose the same amount. But sometimes you can do really big lot sizes based off of your stop loss, or you can do really small losses, but you're always going to lose the same. And that's the name of the game. It's not how you win, it's how you lose. So, how do you figure out? So if you go to, like other people, well, I don't know how to calculate all that stuff by heart. I said, look, guys, I'm not the smartest. That's why I brought my phone out. Even though I did calculate in my head, I wanted to make a point, guys. If you don't know how to calculate something, what's the first thing you do? You bring your phone out. So just like there's a calculator in life for adding and subtracting and multiplying, there's a calculator out there for Forex, and it's called FX Calculator, right? And I'll put up a separate video. I have a separate video I'll add that's gonna go over how to use the FX Calculator effectively, where you can figure out your stop loss and you can figure out your take profit and so forth. So I'll do a whole video on that in a separate video, right? Let me know in the comment section below if you're looking forward to that video also. And it's gonna help you figure out your stop loss, it's gonna help you figure out your stop loss if you don't know how. So if you don't know how to calculate pips, it's gonna help you figure out your stop loss. If you don't know how to, now after you figure out your stop loss, okay, now you gotta figure out your risk. Okay, you wanna risk 3%? It's gonna tell you your lot size based off that pair. Because each pair also values pips at a different situation. So sometimes if you do Euro USD, it might count pips different than USD CAD or GBP JPY, whatever, right? Just giving you some examples. So this calculator does all the calculations for you. I even created a trade manager where if you have it running in the background on the VPS, it will literally calculate the risk for you. Because I used to calculate and do it, but I just don't have time for that. So what I do is with my trade manager, I'll just put a 0.01. It'll close the trade immediately. I'll lose like a penny, whatever, right? 5 cents. And it's gonna reopen the trade at the correct risk level. So if I set my trade manager, say, look, anytime I take a trade on my phone or my computer, whatever my stop loss is and my balance, I want you to choose my lot size, and I choose my risk at 3%. That's what I want my lot size to be. So I created a trade manager that can do that for you. I have a lot of my students who uses it, and it's been a lot game changing for people. But if you don't want to use that, you can just do it yourself by there's an app called FS Calculator. So take advantage of my full video on how to use that. In that video, I'll show you the trade manager also, so you can see how that works. But guys, that's why most people lose. So take advantage of signal groups that win, but understand how to take them, and definitely appreciate the ones that give you the total lookup. Now I have a signal group. I have the one where it has the traditional stop loss, take profit, and then I have ones where it gives you the educational side. I have multiple signal providers, so a lot of people are like, how are you doing all of that? I'm not. My thing is, guys, I like to trade, but I'm just one person, right? And I think a lot of people try to do it for themselves, and so you can't provide the best value. So I partner with people I believe are good enough to help me help people. So I have different people who send out signals. I have different people that help me do education. I do education, I do signals. And we work together to help other people. So we have a free side and a paid side. We educate people through our signals. We educate people through our platform. But at the end of the day, guys, no other platform that you do use, that all depends on how you trade. It all depends on how you use your risk management. No matter how good the trader is, if you are always either gambling or you're doing that 0.10 per thousand, that 0.01 per $100, you're never going to grow your account. You're going to keep winning, then lose all your money off of one trade because you don't understand stop loss, balance, your risk. So hopefully this video helped. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm at CEO Brandon, and FX Social EA is my business page. You can subscribe and let a comment below if this video helps you. And like it also, because that would really greatly help me, because I'm trying to grow this channel to 100,000 people. And in order for me to do that, I'm going to do it regardless, but it'd be really more inspiring if you guys help me out with that subscribe button, and you can share this with someone you think might need to hear this.